Call reference and thanks for being with Casey and I on this cold and chilly day at the Tennessee River Park, where we are on the CNO&TP Line, Tennessee River, and TenBridge. And y'all have been here with me before, and when I tell you it's cold, last night we were at 60, today I don't know if we're at 40. And as you can see, it's a seagull banquet. Chuck's asking why the seagulls are in such a frenzy. It's feeding time. As you can see, we're at the Chickamauga Dam, and it is a hydropower plant, and the water goes under into the power unit, runs the turbines, and as it comes through, it chops the fish that get caught in there, and they pick up that. And since the floodgates are so open, the fish, and I forget how much it is, I looked it up earlier, just hundreds of thousands of gallons of water roll through the dam. And as that happens, there's so much force and so much pressure as those fish come through, and all that turbulence and what have you, it disorients them. So as they land over here, they are surfaced and the seagulls pick them off. So I don't know how long it takes to feed that many seagulls, and it's been a while since I've seen that many here. I don't know if they're on the way south or on the way north. I have no idea which way they're going. But boy, there is a bunch of them. And we'll pan back over. And as you look in the camera, you'll be able to see the water literally swirls in circles and comes up like a huge bubble rolling. And for those who've been here before with me, normally you see pylons, quite a bit of the pylons. All the pylons are underwater here at TenBridge. As you can see, when we swing back over, the sign says, "Keep back, danger." Danger and danger sounds like Will Robinson. And spilling water, because a lot of times, although I can't imagine anybody would today, the fishermen come rolling up here in their boats underneath TenBridge and come right up there. They say the fish are just massive here. So that is the story on why the seagulls are all over the place. They're feeding. Normally the egrets are here, but that's usually a morning and evening event for them. So I guess everybody's taking turns. I'm not really sure. So for the moment, we're gonna swing back and see if we can't catch some of these fellows as they dip and dive. It's so cold, even the camera doesn't want to adjust. There was a number of them here in just a second ago, but you'll see them. They kind of come and go the different areas. And we just kind of pick a spot. They just fly along, and then they spot something, and they just dive down and get it. So in the meantime, I'm going to grab the binoculars kind of roll back over here. There are a set of signals, and we'll talk about those in a moment, but I need the binocs to see them. So y'all sit tight for a moment and watch feeding time at the Chickamauga Dam. There, you can see what, there he goes. He just jumped down there, grabbed it, and off he goes. You can see just how much wind there is. So, yeah, they say there's some catfish underneath there bigger than man. And there you can see the water coming out from underneath the power section, the power producing section of the dam, where that water goes from Chickamauga Lake on the other side down underneath the powerhouse through the turbines where we produce our electricity, and then comes gourmet dinner for the seagulls. Kind of like getting, what is this? Kind of like getting sushi at your favorite spot. And then there are the spillways, and that unit that you see right there in the center, that unit runs on a track and then aligns over the spillway, whatever number spillway it wants to go to, and then it drops in place or lifts those huge steel gates so that Tennessee Valley Authority can control the flooding or stop the flooding and Chickamauga Lake and the rivers beyond. So that's how they take those floodgates and open them. And this next section that you see is the new lock that they are building. And those massive rusted round things are pylons that they have set down into the riverbed and filled with concrete to create a barrier. There's a massive, massive hole over there. And if you watch the dual heritage video that Casey shot here with the drone, you can see just how big that hole is down inside where they are building that lock. You are currently looking to the north towards Cincinnati, where the CNO&TP line will take you. And for those of you that were with me last night, we did have a couple technical issues happen on our live, which we will figure out. For those of you that know me, you know that technology and Mike do not fit the same sentence together. There is, and like I said, it is incredibly windy out. So the shaking that you have in this magnification on the camera is not me. It is the wind blowing against. But there are two signal towers on the north side of the river for the CNO&TP line. And currently we have amber on the left and all red on the right. So we will have a northbound here before too awful long. And that is a drawbridge here on the Tennessee River. Be cool to have the job up there in that control house, but look at all those steps you've got to go up to get there, number one. And if you're going to haul a bunch of groceries up there, oh, that's a project. And then, as we had talked, normally there are massive bases under each of those pylons that you normally would see. Well, the river level at this point is so high that they are all covered as a result of all the storms that we've had this past week and again last night. And as you can see, seagull fishing goes a long stretch. It's not just here. And here at the river park, it's a great place. That's looking downriver. And over in the distance will be Chattanooga. But at the river park, it's a fantastic place. You could walk about 13 miles from this point where we are at the Chickamauga Dam all the way down to Lookout Mountain. As you can see, everybody is bundled up. And normally we have a whole collection of boats here fishing, and this morning I only see one total. And he's not in a very big boat. Hi guys, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Another day in the world of paradise.
You just filming the train?
Yes, we have a YouTube channel, Real Moments. We're live at the moment. Real Moments.
Okay.
We'll get everything. We'll do
Yes.
different things throughout the site.
Oh, cool.
This is the CNO&TP Line in Cincinnati. This is called TenBridge.
Yeah, we noticed that. Oh, cool. Very good.
Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, have a good one.
There, if you look straight across, let's see if we can zoom these guys in. There is their boat. Right there. And when I tell you it's not a very big boat, it's right behind that pylon, so you can't quite see them, but they are out there fishing in that little boat in that raging current. And like I said, if you look at the water base, that water's just swirling and rolling. It's amazing. We still have our amber showing. So, we'll go ahead and kind of watch the dam area for a little bit as we await our northbound train. We had one when we got here, but it had a technical issue, so we missed an empty auto rack going north. And above the dam is Route 153, so you can see traffic up there on top going through. There's our sign. About keeping back and how dangerous it is. And there is still time to get your catch of the weekend. I know the weather's been a little tough. I know at least in our area, a lot of the other areas as well. But if you got to get out and rail fan this week, send us your favorite picture of the week, your catch of the week, or a short video. All you have to do is go to railmoments.com and upload your picture. And Casey and I are going to review them today, and we are going to do our pick of the week. So, Seagull just got something here in front of me. Like I said, they just dive and swoop and go. Alright, I'm going to catch up with y'all on the chat. I'm going to catch up with Casey real quick. And we're going to watch the Berg Show, the Raging Water, and our wait our next northbound train. But since the bridge is double tracked, you can have two at the same time. We've done quite a few videos up here if you look back, and several of those we've had both way action, both north and southbound from Cincinnati and to Cincinnati. Rain has been on and off today. It was supposed to clear up by now, but it just all depends on where you're standing at the moment, I do believe. So, like I said, look through those pictures. Pick the one you like most, or the two that you like most that you caught this week, and upload them to railmomix.com. You'll see the spot once you get there. And Casey and I do the catch of the week from there. As we await our next train on the CNO&TP Line.
cloudy eyes and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of like the cataract.
The bergs must be starting to get full. Looks like we've lost about half of them. As they just continue to fish here at the Chickamauga Dam as we await our northbound on the CNO&TP. And there's the bank bag that we see so often. Ah, check out the green guy and the blue guy. As you can see, our northbound has come to a stop. If you were to continue on to the left, that would take you to Sitico Junction Point, where they make the left turn to go east out onto the Atlanta North District or the Knoxville West End, or they go right and goes over to Coffey's Cliff and the Norfolk Southern to Bucks Yard. Many times when this happens, they're waiting for something to diverge over and possibly come our way, so we could have one of those moments where double track, we have an inbound and an outbound. As this train 6 on TenBridge over the Tennessee River. Let's see if we can see what those, there are signal lights on the tower both for the left track and right track. And we do have red display. For the other northbound track, so maybe we'll watch this. Maybe we'll have an inbound south coming right at us here on the CNO&TP, which, like I said, at this point is double tracked. It's so cold, my little nose is running. And as you see, our seagulls continue to fish as they just swarm through the air, swooping, diving, catching those fish and pieces of the fish as they come up from the turbines and through the spillway. See him dive past the camera there. So let's keep an eye on him. Hello, Texas! I can tell you, I'll trade you some heat for some cold. Whoa, is it cold up here and windy? That camera shaking is not me. It is so strong, it is shaking the camera on the tripod. It is just that strong. And we got some of your seagulls that are lost up here, so we need to send them on back down to you. We got a northbound. We're here at the Tennessee River Park. We have a northbound that has come to a stop over the Tennessee River. So we're going to continue to watch, and we'll keep this live running as long as we have him here on the bridge, because like I said, there's a good chance we could get a southbound. Oh, don't even discuss mosquitoes. I was out 2 weeks ago at Long, and all of a sudden I felt this great big itch in my arm as a tiger mosquito. And then his brother came next, and it's just barely February. Mosquitoes are not supposed to be out and about. Kind of an interesting thing. Is that where Donald is today? While we're waiting on this train to move, I'm going to give you a look downriver. And as we do this, it is just one great big, well, fantastic. The Pennsylvania is just now leaving Macon. We may have to try those lights out again tonight, but I ain't staying up all night like last night. Getting up this morning early was not easy. But as we do this pan, so Jesse, you keep me up to date. And if you think it's cold out, Jesse, you're right. Down there in Texas, they're sweating and chasing mosquitoes. Up here, I think I got icicles. But as we do this pan, while our train's up above on the track, we're looking underneath the train, and you can see just an endless sea, sky full of seagulls fishing in the Tennessee River. Almost looks like snow coming down. Now that is looking up to, probably 3/4 of a mile downriver, looking between two pylons here on the Tennessee River at the Chickamauga Dam at the CNO&TP rail line, Cincinnati down to Chattanooga for Norfolk Southern, where we have the roar of the spillways behind us, the squall of the seagulls beside us, and our train sitting up above. All this. So like I said, if we're lucky, we're going to get a southbound past here while he's up there. And he's waiting to go north. So we've got a good chance of that. everybody. Thanks for being with us on this cold day in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And yes, thank goodness Mrs. S got me this winter coat to be out here, because otherwise we wouldn't get to see this train and all the excitement going on. For those of you who just jumped on, thanks for being with us. If you haven't already subscribed, now's a fantastic time to do it. We would appreciate it. Helps the channel, and it keeps you connected with us as we go to throughout the Southeast on whatever the event of the day is, the chase of the day, whatever. And the goal, have fun and share the experiences. Speaking of, if you have not sent your catch of the weekend, do so now. Just simply railmoments.com. Upload your favorite picture or short video of your catch of the week. And we're going to pick this week's catch and start over again for next week. So every week we will do this. So I keep thinking I hear a southbound. It's so hard to tell, as you can hear the roar of the water coming through the spillway, lapping against the tide, lapping against the rocks here, and then 153 traveling over. So, like I said, if you have it down while you're waiting, since it's probably cold or rainy or whatever, as the storms move across the country that we've had, hope all of you and your families are okay. Last night that went through here was humongous. Lightning, I mean, even the dog didn't want to go out. She had to, but she didn't go far, and she was back in a hurry last night. We have a very spoiled skipper key. Anyhow, if you've not watched Casey's and my podcast of the 29 great places in our area to rail fan, there's the Weed Whacker list, the luxury list, and the not so luxury. And we are at one of the luxury spots. Let me tell you, you have pavilion, incredible parking, lighting, Tennessee Valley Authority Police Department, federal protection that patrol the area. You can take a walk 13 miles and back if you're feeling energetic. Trains on the CNO&TP, lots of action from Cincinnati down, and then on south to Atlanta and every other the points that they go to, or out the south end of the debauch yard. So this, and like I said, you even have heated and air-conditioned restrooms here. How much more luxurious can train watching get? It doesn't. So, like I said, we're going to hang out until this train moves on. And like I said, not making a promise, but generally when the northbound is stopped, he's waiting for a south to come on down so he can go ahead and proceed up. Although this section is double tracked. So, thanks for the likes. Make sure you subscribe. Get your catch of the day in, or your catch of the weekend, so Casey and I can see it this afternoon. Casey's waiting for me at the studio to come on over so we can do that today, so we can do it with y'all. And didn't get to go out this morning because of the rain and the fog, so we have been dodging the rain and landed here, so we got a little bit of everything going on. Been a little quiet, but like I said, we got so much going on. They're building the new locks, spillways open, bergs eating, electricity being made. Production 6 is over here in the parking lot. And the only thing I'm missing is the campfire. Woo! So, if you have any questions, please shout them out. As you saw, Jesse's keeping track of the Pennsylvania, which just left Macon, so we were hoping to catch 8102 before darkness, but that's not going to happen. And if you were with me last night, I promise you I will fine-tune our night shots last night was kind of a learning curve for me, checking out some of the new power brick, some of the different ways how it functions, what notifications I do or don't get, how much power in our light system. We have a incredible, we're running just under 100,000 looms that we can set up at night, up to 200 feet, 100 feet in each direction, plus middle lights that we can run on a production 6. We have some new equipment that we can go some places here as soon as it gets warm enough to go to them that we've never been before because we've not had a signal. Upgrading some of the other equipment so we have a stronger signal. So all kinds of cool things coming in 2025. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. So we're gonna go back to watching the train. Like I said, the seagulls are probably, we'll do a slow pan since we're waiting for our train. And like I said, they said only 5% chance of rain for the next 3 hours. But they said that when we got here. We've had rain 3 times, but it kind of came and went rather quick, unlike last night. So for those who just jumped on, while we're waiting for the train, we're gonna go ahead and take a pan. You can get the lay of the land. Anybody have any questions, please shout them out. I'm not sure if Casey's on back at the studio. If anybody's got any questions for Casey, send him a note. We'll see if he's watching. Where we are at TenBridge in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And like I said, y'all hope that rain holds off. You're currently looking westbound. That is TenBridge here crossing the Tennessee River for the Norfolk Southern Line, CNO&TP. And like I said, the water is high today. The big bases that those pylons set on are all below the water. And you can see how the water's raised against the pylons as it hits them because the current is so strong. There's the drawbridge. Our 2 DPU units sitting just at the other end of the bridge. And there is no sunshine at all. It's supposed to be partly cloudy, and Mother Nature didn't read that forecast. There are the new locks being built. And you can just see the frothy, churning water as it just roars out. And I forget, it's just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of gallons of water rolling through there by the second. Well, thank you, Al Humbard. I appreciate that. Where are you at? I hope it's someplace warmer than where we are. And don't forget, you guys get your catch of the weekend. Submit it so we can pick one today. And you can see, as we get close to the Chickamauga Dam, on this pan just how active the spillways are today. And the seagulls are starting to get full, like we talked. At least half of them have left. And for those of you that just tuned in, no, this is not Florida. It is Tennessee, and yes, those are seagulls. And yes, there's a bunch of them, but at least half of them have gone on to wherever seagulls hang out, because they are full of fish. As the fish come out of the turbines in pieces, or they come through those spillways all disoriented, and quick and easy prey for a hungry seagull. And we have one, which is kind of unusual, although I think they feed more in the evening and the afternoon. We have one crane and there he is, waiting his turn for his fish. And you can't tell me his feet aren't cold. Now I said over half now. We're probably down to just a third of the seagulls that are here, that were here when we arrived earlier. As we roll back to TenBridge, where our train is still sitting, going northbound. Locks, I believe, are due to be done in 2027. Oh, there goes our... Oh, I missed him. There goes our crane. He was faster than I could dip down without giving you all a headache. There are raindrops on my nose, but right now they're small ones. So let's hope we can catch our southbound and not get rained out. Or what is a good chance to have a southbound coming to us. And again, Al Humbard, thank you for the compliment. As I say many times, if you have a good time, tell everybody you know. If you have a bad time hanging out with Casey and I, keep that a secret. But thank you very much. As we hope we're going to see a southbound pass right alongside our northbound. And every 30 minutes, the seagulls get less and less. I guess they're all getting full, and those who didn't get theirs still are fishing, because this happens 24 hours, so they got plenty of time to catch dinner. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, I'll catch them here on the monitor. I hear geese somewhere honking. Just not sure where they are. Check that right signal just to see what we show on the northbound sides. everybody. Had a little sprinkle. Didn't last long, so at the moment we're okay. And not getting any warmer though. For those of you that just joined, we are here at the Tennessee River Park, TVA property facility, here at the Chickamauga Dam, where they're building the new dam, TenBridge over the Tennessee River, CNO&TP Line for Norfolk Southern, where we're awaiting our northbound to continue on, but gonna guess first we have a southbound coming at us, which is holding him from going north. So like I said, we hope to catch next southbound and have them side by side there on TenBridge before we conclude the live. And since there's no football today, I guess you're watching NASCAR though. I forgot next started today. But don't forget, after we're done here, I'm going to go meet Casey, and we are going to pick Catch of the Week choice for all of your entries. And if you haven't sent in your Catch of the Week, just do so. RailMoments.com. Keep thinking I hear something. RailMoments.com. Upload your short video or your pictures, and we're going to pick something today. So thanks for being here with us. And I guess we'll go ahead while we're waiting for whatever's next. We'll go ahead and swing back, and you can see just how much water is pouring through the gates. And for those of you who've been with me for the last hour or so, how many? We're probably down to only 20% of all the seagulls that were here earlier. So I guess as they get full, and I don't know much about seagulls, I don't know where they all go and where they all hang out when they're not here fishing. But if anybody knows where a seagull hangs out, let me know, because I thought they only did it at the beach in Florida or Texas, and that obviously isn't the case. Yeah, they're probably all. Yes, that's the old Southern Railway line. Good catch. And we are just 4 or 5 miles from the old Southern Railway yard, the DeBucks yard, named after Harry DeBucks with the Southern. And there is what we've been waiting for. He's probably at the Hamel Road crossing. And this is going to be a picture perfect moment because the bridge is double track and our current train, our northbound train, is on the far track, which would be the one furthest to the left. So we're going to have a train backdrop for our arriving southbound train. How cool is that on this incredibly cold February day in Chattanooga, Tennessee? And I know in Texas, y'all are complaining about how hot it was this morning. I'm a little jealous. I think I'll take the mosquitoes. Camel Rogue's about a mile up from here. That crossing, maybe a tad more, and he'll be on a slow approach. But you heard that horn. Eugene, no, the Penske's down south of Macon coming north. But it looks like we're going to have some art to look at here on this auto rack coming. And he should be loaded. Yeah, the Penske was in Macon about an hour or two ago. He is coming north, just not right now. Oops, they don't want to go that much, my bad. Got a hawk for a wave from 8030 hooked up with 4590 coming across the bridge. So we're going to have auto racks and then intermodal. KASM. Amazing how they get those stacked up there. ES 44 DC leading that group. If I read the note right. Thanks for calling out the power. And yes, Eugene, that is a drawbridge. lots of folks come and ride bikes and what have you here. Like I said, we are at the Tennessee River Walk, where you can do 13 miles from one end to the other. A number of folks have come through here in the last hour or so that we've been here, load, unload their bikes, go up, down, like I said, all the way Chattanooga downtown from here. So, our inbound coming into Chattanooga from Cincinnati or beyond has come to a stop, and we are going to stay until our northbound leaves, which should probably be any moment now. There goes our bicycle person.
Help me get mine.
Excuse me. Any moment, we should hear that sound of physics as the chain bang goes all the way from one end to the other as the knuckles tighten up and our northbound starts up. And yes, Eugene, you would ask, is that a drawbridge? And it is. I don't know the last time that it was opened, but I understand it does need a little work. But those two great big slabs come down to counteract the weight, or counterbalance, I should say, the weight as the middle section goes up. So, if you're just out jumping on and you're wondering what is that roar, well, we're waiting for our northbound to take off, and before we end our live, that noise you hear is tons of water rolling through the gates of the spillway here at the Chickamauga Dam, creating a froth and currents and a riptide, just unreal waves from the energy of all that swirling water, the fish coming up, seagulls having a feast. Yes, Eugene, the TVRM is open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays right now. So they are back. They are on winter schedule, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're good to go. Matter of fact, we started to head out there today, and then, a long story, we ended up here instead. But I sure wanted one of their chicken salad sandwiches today. Oh my goodness, they have a recipe that they've been doing for I don't know how long, for ages, for their chicken salad sandwiches there in the deli. And yes, if you just joined us, those are seagulls that I guess decided it was too hot in Florida and that the fish were better in Tennessee. As you see them dive and swoop. Last reminder, if you haven't sent in your catch, your favorite catch of your week, for those of you who've been rail side, make sure you do after we get done here. I'm going to go over to the studio, see Casey, and we're going to announce our pick of your catches for the week. I'll give you kind of a little broader picture here while we're waiting. For our northbound to take off, which I would assume should be any moment. Kind of hate to leave one sitting on the bridge, just doesn't seem right. It's like leaving the guy on third and you go home and you only have 2 outs. Well, rail friends, we are going to start down a countdown because obviously nothing else can come across since our last train is still sitting there. There's the EOT device on it, on our southbound that came in here on the CNO&TP across the Tennessee River. And our northbound, who surprisingly is not left out yet. And since there's only 2 tracks up there, and they're both in use, won't be anything new coming across. And since I know you're all anxious for who's going to get picked for Catch of the Week, oh, let's get back to this. No, your eyes do not deceive you. He just rolled backwards. So, that's a good indication. We're probably going to have some action start here any moment with him leaving. Y'all heard the horn. He is rolling north. That's right, John. CNO&TP. Hear those DPU units? There, I got some auto racks coming on the back of this train. And as John would say, there's an example of no revenue production. But they'll get those cars up, fill them up, bring them back south. And as John just said, our northbound is rolling Hickson. as you see that EOT blinking bright red as he clears the Tennessee River on the CNO&TP. At milepost 328.7. Well, rail friends, it's been fun, and it's been a great day. But it's not been a warm day. So from Texas to Chattanooga and all other points beyond, everybody enjoy their 31.2. We're here at the Tennessee River Park where people are out riding their bikes, getting their exercise, doing all the things. One last scan of the dam. Normally that jetty is way above the water. That's how high it is. There's the powerhouse where they're currently producing. And that's where the fish come out in pieces and all those seagulls get to feast. As you can see, them just diving and catching. Look at that. And then in the next section, and that's when we started. We've been here a couple hours. When we started, there was at least 3 times that many. You're right, John. Do not have anything edible in your hand. At least 3 times, if not 4 times that many here. Up. John, I can't argue with you. You are so right. How many times has that exact thing happened? John or Eugene, you guys call the power. northbound.
Cold paradise.
Well, rail friends, from Casey and I, to all of you, thanks for being with us trackside today here at TenBridge on the Tennessee River. And boy, is it a cold one today, but it's been a great day on the CNO&TP Chattanooga, Cincinnati, hanging out with the seagulls and all of you. Thanks for being with us. Casey and I will see you at the next crossing. Have a fantastic day.